Heroes are individuals successfully facing the challenges of living with mental illness. NAMI St. Louis honors them annually. Ellen Rosenbaum has been involved with NAMI St. Louis since 1992 and was awarded the Outstanding Consumer Award by NAMI St. Louis in 1995. She was also recognized by the St. Louis JCs as one of 10 outstanding young Americans the same year. Ms. Rosenbaum is a trained NAMI peer-to-peer teacher and consumer facilitator for NAMI's provider education course. She has been the subject of articles that have appeared in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, Riverfront Times, and Jewish Light. She has been an advocate for people with mental illness since the 1990s. Ms. Rosenbaum has worked in advocacy and program positions at Malcolm Bliss Mental Health Center, Metropolitan St. Louis Psychiatric Center, Jewish Family and Children's Services, and Mental Health America. Ms. Rosenbaum is a past president of the Self-Help Center and co-founder and advisory board member of Jewish Attention to Mental Illness. She created a peer support group for individuals who are Jewish and have a mental illness. A freelance photographer, Ms. Rosenbaum's work has been exhibited in St. Louis, Boston, Massachusetts, and Boulder, Colorado. The Hero Award recipient, Ellen Rosenbaum.
Thank you very much. This is really, what can I say, it's an incredible honor to be receiving this award because NAMI was the first place I ever went to when I was looking for some kind of assistance with my mental illness. I go back pretty far with NAMI. It just really just been around for just a few years. I had gotten Medicare because of my disability and was appalled by the fact that it was a 50-50% coverage for mental health care, while with other health care needs, insurance companies would do an 80-20 split. So the consumer would pay 20%, the insurance company would pay 80%. I thought, this is like really terrible. Now, how could you be so unfair? It's the federal government. How can you be so unfair and not give equal coverage to people with mental illness because they had a mental illness? And I also remember I was in a couple of situations where once I was working on this event, and it was a congressman from Washington State there, and he was a psychiatrist. He was also a congressman, and I talked to him about doing, trying to encourage him to push parity in a mental health bill. And he said that it was too expensive to cover mental health care because people are in and out of the hospital a lot, and it costs a lot of medication and everything. And he wasn't even aware that with medicine, people do so much better. They don't go in the hospital as often, and it was just amazing to me. But like I said, this was in the early to mid-90s, and things have changed so much, as I'm sure you know. With the Affordable Care Act now, it's amazing because now it's law that mental health coverage has to be the same as any other kind of health coverage. And I feel it really brings to light to me. I don't know where everybody stands politically, but basically a lot of what's happening in our country right now is a result of grassroots support. People who are just general people who are concerned and care about their lives and their families and their communities, and they're showing that they care one by one in small numbers, but those small numbers really add up, and that's how things have changed. That's how things are changing. Now, when I say I was involved in this in 1992, 93, when I first got involved with NAMI, and you think of where things are at now, it's pretty amazing. I still have to be careful when I go to places and say whether I have mental illness or not. Some places I feel comfortable, I can say it. There's still a lot of places I have to really guard my words and figure if it's okay for me to talk about it. Although I know that it's one of my missions in life is to educate people and learn how to accept mental illness as a illness just like any other that you have to deal with and cope with on a daily basis. But, you know, you have the support like places like NAMI, which NAMI, I discovered while I worked in the mental health field, that NAMI is looked upon as the primo place to go to when you want to get information about mental health care. They are family-to-family program. They have a helpline. They have outlets like this to raise money for services that they offer. There's just so many things that they do. So I just wanted to honor NAMI after they honor me because they're doing such wonderful things. And there's one cheap plug I wanted to make before I leave. I'm in between jobs right now. So if anybody knows of any jobs that you think I might be interested, I'm sitting over at table number 9.
Would Jesse Bogan please come forward?